Welcome back. I am the broke expat. Today is Christmas Day. As a ex-gambler, Christmas holds a special place in my heart. I have spent so many Christmases alone that it feels strange to have somebody around. That's right. So today we're talking about plans. Many of the comments I get say I need a plan. I do have some plans. So the plan that currently on is the kind of wait and see here, trying to get past the holidays. As a freelancer, frankly, maybe this is just a slowdown. To clarify a little bit, it's hard to cover everything in all the videos. Yes, I am broke, but frankly, I still am bringing in payments. I'm just not getting under my expenses. So I figured the smartest move, rather than pay a grand basically to get back home, that's probably just the travel expenses, maybe a little less, maybe even a little more. Could have flew on Christmas, not really doing anything. But after the holidays here, the airlines kind of will play a little game. I feel like the Philippines airline prices are extra manipulated, trying to capture all the dollars they can from the people who came here on Christmas, which is a very big holiday. I mean, they promptly start Christmas at September 1st, believe it or not, and then maybe go close to February. So, now that it's Christmas Day, of course, we're going to try to make some other plans the last few days of the year here. So I always like to, at the end of the year, start to look at the spreadsheet, look at the year totals. I talked earlier about over this year that I set out to lower my credit card debt. However, over the year, I talked about that maybe I was probably about $1,500 more in debt than when I started the year. Mostly airline tickets and, hotels and all that good stuff. Traveling's not cheap. So that was kind of really the short-term plan. The other plan that's kind of in play here is to try to hold the line, really. Try to keep from charging more on the credit card. Unfortunately, when you're not bringing in a whole lot of money, some of that is out of my control. And, frankly, I still feel like my problems are very small. And as one of the other comments said, talk a little bit more about the going home situation. I feel like that would make my small problems much bigger almost instantly. When I returned before to deal with my storage and renew my passport, I went through several thousands of dollars very quickly. But I would say overall, even from going back and forth, the cost is, in my opinion, or at least what I experienced, like I said, I kind of track my expenses closely, is about 30% more than what I would be paying here. The cost here goes up and down. I mean, of course, every country I go to is a little different, but it doesn't fluctuate a whole lot. Each place being, a little bit different situation. Either I'm in a hotel having to eat out, or in this situation, more of an apartment, able to cook and have a little more of that. So the costs stay quite low. However, in the Philippines, even recently, prices on things like potatoes, eggs, and tomatoes and different things have skyrocketed recently. The peso being, I believe, at about 59, and may even traded at 60 a little bit, which is crazy, frankly. And the Filipinos are definitely feeling the pinch. The next thing here would be looking at, a medium plan, I guess, within the months that I have here in front of me immediately, what to do. I mean, that would look like I'm just trying to look at covering my expenses, and again, not causing myself more damage on the credit card. Interest rates are very, very hard to beat currently. And of course, I'm looking at all options. There's no doubt about that. But frankly, the reentry and going home still is a good amount of money that I may not be ready to part with. Like I've talked about before, there may come a situation where I have no choice. What's interesting, and again, I talk about this because this is very real. Being an entrepreneur and freelancer entrepreneur, oftentimes I would lean on gambling as a way to make money. Sports betting, poker, blackjack. Of course, sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. However, what I'm driving at specifically is I would go that direction to get an immediate result. It would either fix the problem, or I would lose, maybe in most cases a couple $100 or whatnot, and the problem would be about the same. I mean, in this situation, a couple $100 really is not the problem. But if it worked out, it would fix the problem, or at least kick the problem down the road a little more, giving myself time. And sometimes also accelerating the result and maybe giving myself less time and forcing myself to scramble. That is gone, and I feel that, and a lot of times I get restless and move around. That's what I felt like has happened over the last 5 or 6 months. If you followed the videos and what I've done here. So I'm definitely trying to avoid that. However, I am human. I mean, without a doubt. and I am battling that. So that is the plan over the next couple months into 2025. Avoid further damage, hold the line, and see if I have either a temporary slowdown or a much bigger problem. Number 3 plan, the long term. This is, of course, the biggest problem. No, I don't have a very long-term plan. The main issue with that is I don't really know what to do. It's certainly still in the situation where I'm trying to solve the main issues: credit card debt, health insurance, more stability with life. Just like before, I was able to go to the dentist for a couple bucks. I need to, reset my eyeglass prescription. That would be helpful. I'm finding myself not able to see as well, and it's been a couple years, so I need to try to tackle that. I'm dealing with other things. Been dropping things, different stuff like this. I mean, I'll be holding something and a few minutes later I'm not. So, could use some healthcare. Maybe these problems will solve themselves, but frankly, these are the things I'm after. That would be more my long-term plan. I don't think that these problems get any closer to being solved by going back to the United States to answer most of the questions. I could definitely get a job. I do feel that. I have connections. But I feel like mostly that it'll put me further from the fix, having to probably buy a car, insurance, which covers almost nothing these days, rent, which is heavily manipulated depending on where I would even go to re-enter my life. As this last time leaving, I have the least amount to return to, frankly. I have thought about just returning to where I'm from, California. I have friends and contacts in California, but really, I want to avoid really going back to Las Vegas. To answer again more questions, I don't feel like I would gamble. However, I think that it's a trap and not really what I'm looking to do. That being said, again, maybe I wouldn't want to return to Texas so much. Don't care too much for Texas. But frankly, other than that, I don't have any real good feel for any place in particular. But that's what I'm working with as far as the plans go. Other than that, I am looking forward to getting past the holidays a little bit, and kind of evaluating further what I'm dealing with, either if it's just a temporary slowdown, which I have experienced. Certainly not this tough, but it's certainly something that I feel like is playing a part in what I'm dealing with, or if I need to take more and maybe make more changes. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got for you today. Other than that, Merry Christmas. Hope you all are having a great holiday season. It's early afternoon here, Christmas Day, like I said, and just about 6 days here till New Year's. 2025, definitely a time moving by very quickly. I can remember last year being in Manila, a much different time and a much different place. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and questions and comments below, and I will catch you on the next video.